These are the top 5 regrets that people have on their deathbed. I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself and not the life others expected of me. The next one is, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. And then it goes on to, I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. And the last 2 say, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends, and I wish that I had let myself be happier. And if you can relate to any of these, that means it's a sign that you need to start doing something about it. Start doing something to change your life around so that you are that happier person, so that you are living your best life and not having regrets. You know, too many times we try to play it safe and we try to just stay in our normal routines. But if you don't feel like the life that you're living is bringing you actual happiness, then it's time to cut things out and start fresh, or include something in your routine to make it happen. I think it's these different things that come up in our life, opportunities that come our way, and we gotta say yes to those opportunities, even if it is a risk, even if you feel like you're not gonna do well, you know? And all of these different decisions that I had made throughout my life, it helped me to become a happier person. But you have to learn to be your biggest fan and know for yourself what is gonna make me happy and what is gonna make me feel like I'm living without any regrets. And like, I took a chance in moving to San Diego with my new boyfriend at the time. We were only dating for about, let's say, like 3 or 4 months, and we decided to just move to San Diego during the pandemic together. And I had to think about this, like, man, like, this is becoming serious, because you don't just move with your 4-month boyfriend to a different place. But sometimes when you know, it doesn't have to take that long. And it doesn't have to be with dating. It could even be with knowing exactly what you want to do with your career. It doesn't have to take a long process. The only thing that is stopping you is you. You know, I went from being a barista to being a music instructor, and now I'm taking a risk, and I decided I wanted to fully commit myself to my YouTube channel. I already did, you know, ASMR on here, and I felt like it was really fun. And I felt that this channel could help me expand my skill sets in public speaking, in videotaping, editing. I think it also has taught me how to have a schedule for myself and to show up for myself. You know, we show up for work, right? Because we're gonna get paid. But when was the last time that you showed up for yourself? Not work, but yourself. When you told yourself, like, this is my goal and this is what I'm gonna be doing. And that could even be, my goal is to become more fit, right? So showing up for yourself at the gym, regardless if you're unmotivated or not. Because if you're unmotivated and not going to work, you're still going to work, right? Because you gotta make that money. When it comes to ourselves, we're like, I'll get to it next time. I'll get to it on Monday. Or I'll get to it next month. And I think that's something that I had started to feel about music. I started to feel like, man, I'll get to it later. I'll start practicing. Yeah, like, maybe I'll make myself a plan, and I never made a plan. There was so many excuses that I gave myself that I couldn't do things with music, and it didn't allow me to grow. And so I chose to become a music instructor. And I think that really showed me that you don't have to be the best of the best to become a great musician. You just have to have a passion and a desire to want it. If you feel that you are starting to get stagnant, change your scenery and go somewhere else. Even if it's just for 6 months or a whole year. Try a different state, move to a different city. Do something else that will challenge you, that will help you become a better person and more experienced and more cultured. And part of being your biggest fan is not being afraid to share with others what you're doing. Updating people like, this is my YouTube channel, or this is my jewelry shop, this is my clothing line. And it doesn't matter if you make mistakes or if maybe you decide one day, I don't want to do that anymore. Take that risk and don't worry about what other people think about you. So it's important that you start to tell yourself all these things that you're good at and be grateful for all the things that you have experienced, and see all these negative things that you had gone through as positive things, because without that, you wouldn't be where you are today. In the summer of 2019, I decided to cut church out of my life, and I decided to cut people that were at that church that were bringing me down out of my life. And that's the way that I see my experience with church, is that I'm glad that they pushed me down, that they made me feel like shit. Because if they didn't, I don't think I would have started a YouTube channel, and I wouldn't have lived in San Diego, or I wouldn't have lived here in Kentucky. Because all those things, they would have said, why are you running away? Or why are you choosing someone who isn't Christian? You know, like it's crazy how someone could try to have good intentions for you, but it keeps you from truly being yourself. And you have to learn to navigate that and learn how to say no to people and say yes to yourself. And I know with this day and age, we have so much technology to give ourselves even more opportunities. Like, more people are able to make it happen online than ever before. If you think about it, the pandemic allowed for most of us to start working remotely. Without the pandemic, we would probably still be working in person more. We probably wouldn't use Zoom calls as often as we do now. Like, there is so much that we can do that is put in our hands. Even Amazon. You can get studio equipment through Amazon. You know, you can stop traffic even on using Amazon. Just get orange cones on Amazon and put some orange cones on the road and stop traffic. That's how crazy it is now, you guys. Like, we have total control over our lives, and we have the power to change things. Don't let another pandemic get you to change. Allow yourself to change because you want to be happier and because you want to see yourself do well. And with technology, we have the ability to reconnect with friends like we never have before. Catch up with your friends, whether it's on FaceTime. Don't be afraid to show your face, you know? Text them, check in and see how they're doing. Maybe even tell them how excited you are for them and whatever endeavors they're in right now. And maybe your group of friends isn't allowing you to be your true self. And so maybe it's time to cut them out and create a new circle of friends. Friends with standards, friends that inspire you. The friendships that I have where we live in different states and we still connect. I have like other friends that are trying to be influencers as well, and we cheer each other on. You want to have those kind of friendships that want to see you do well, that are truly and genuinely happy for you. And if they're not, then they're not really your friends. You know, even that regret that talks about how they wish they would have lived a life more true to themselves than the one that others expected of them, that's really, really important for everyone. We all have so much to offer the world and to change the world with our talents and our gifts. Don't let your talents just sit there being untouched. The more that we're sure about ourselves, the more that we're able to do things. Because your life is gonna pass you by and you're gonna wish that you did X, Y, and Z. But the moment that you start taking steps towards who you actually are, that's the moment that you actually start to live. You actually start to live a life where you're excited to wake up in the morning and do your work. You're actually excited for your job because it doesn't feel like a job. As much as it's a lot of hard work, it's the good kind of stress because you're stressed out because you want to make things happen. You start to live because you see how much impact you're making on the rest of the world because you had just a little bit of faith in yourself. And now you don't have to go to bed at night thinking, what if I actually did do this? What would my life look like? You wouldn't be thinking that because you're already living it. And that's so exciting to feel. And I'm truly excited to see my journey on YouTube. I know I'm gonna look back at this video and think, wow, because I had so much faith in myself, I'm this now. You know, who knows where I'll be? And I have to start visualizing things more. Visualizing like, what if I did have 100,000 subscribers? What if I did perform and sing in front of others? These are just ideas, you know, that I have had. And we have so many things at our fingertips that there is no more excuse for you to not do exactly what you want to do in life. And if you're afraid of what other people think about, examine that. Think about that. You know, what's the worst that could happen if so-and-so didn't approve of what I was doing? What's the worst that could happen? Send you a mean text or unfriend you or not like you anymore. It's either unfriending this person or having a better life. And it's honestly never too late to start something new, to start a new career, to actually start being yourself for once. You know, sometimes we find our passions through our weaknesses. And I feel like that's how I found YouTube. I felt like I was such a floater, like I was just like, I don't really know what I want to do with my life. And my husband was like, well, just explore. Just try different hobbies, see what you like. So I started baking, you know, I started a blogging site, and I tried getting into e-commerce with like a camping gear. I did hula hooping, you know, I became a music instructor, and then I landed YouTube. And I was like, well, I do watch ASMR videos a lot, so maybe I could be an ASMR artist. And then I took a break because I felt like I don't really feel like I'm able to consistently make good content with ASMR. And I love ASMR and I feel like it's a great thing, but I wanted to do something bigger with my channel, something that was influential and something that could speak for other people too. So I moved to Kentucky, and again, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I applied for a job, didn't get that job, didn't actually even want that job. I thought I wanted it because I thought that was the right choice to play it safe and work a 9-to-5 full-time job. But at the end of it all, I was just like, I don't even want to wear business clothes. I don't want to feel uncomfortable every day being there. And I'm fortunate enough that I live with my husband and he can support us. And I know like I started to feel like insecure, like, oh no, like what are people going to think about me because I don't have a job, because I'm not working? Do you think that I'm lazy and that I'm just not trying hard enough? No, it doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter if people think all of those things. What matters is my happiness, and am I enjoying my life? And am I doing everything to do that? So ask yourself, are you living your most happiest life? And if not, what are you gonna do about it? Thanks for watching, and I hope you liked this video. And if you did, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. See you next time.